So you're trying to do a podcast and you've never actually done a podcast?
No, I've never done a podcast.
All right, we're
But
live.
you got to start somewhere.
We're starting right now.
Okay.
So you think it's weird hearing your voice?
Yes.
Well, I mean, aren't other people going to hear your voice?
Yeah, but I mean, I've never heard it before. So it's like seeing a painting or something you've never seen before.
Well, your kids, like when you were a kid, your kids, you have kids.
Yeah.
When you were a kid and your parents had kids, they didn't have like a VHS, like one of them, the ones you hold on your shoulder like a burn victim.
Yeah, but to hear it as I speak, I've heard myself like say something on a video, a VHS tape.
But you don't pay attention to your own voice in the now.
No.
I'm gonna have to smoke some pot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll elaborate.
Elaborate. All right. Well, you can use that right there.
I don't want your green lighter.
Oh, okay. It's because it's a Bic lighter.
It's a Bic. I use Bic. I'm a fan of Bic.
Bic's good. I don't believe in the whole white lighter thing.
Yeah, that's Chuck's thing. I mean, is there any other lighter? I mean, Bic has that shit like it's a Bic. Like it's the fucking
It's like
gold standard.
you
know
buy
what I
a
mean?
skill saw.
Yeah, skill saw.
That's what is it? It's
It's a fucking Pop-Tart. It's not a toaster pastry.
yeah.
You know, like those crickets. What the fuck are those crickets?
But
Ever
if you
used
say
a cricket lighter?
it's circular saw, but most people call it skill saw because Skill was the first maker of it, I think.
I call it a worm drive because I don't use any of that Weekend Warrior bullshit.
Weekend Warrior.
Yeah.
I lost my saw. I'm getting high.
My saw has multiple handles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could cut through a human body pretty quick with that one.
What sawzall you need for that? It's reciprocating saw.
A reciprocating saw.
Reciprocating.
See, that's
saw?
another one. Sawzall.
But they got them long blades you can put on there.
Oh, I got a long blade on mine.
Yeah.
I got the fucking metal blade. I got the thick.
The one that
teeth.
goes. You
The
need the
wood one.
triple. The metal PVC wood, and masonry.
Masonry blade.
Yeah. Diamond blade.
Diamond.
We don't have sponsors yet. Let's talk about sponsors.
Maybe Bic would sponsor us.
Bic. Yeah, we can't say Bic. You got to edit
They're
that out.
too big. Like Ball. Here we got the mason jar.
Ball, yeah.
Ball,
Mason or
mason jar.
ball. They'll sell Mason.
Do you think they actually made balls at some point in time and then just got into
The
the
pickled
preserving?
pig balls.
They
put
pickled pig balls and then they put them in jars?
Yes, this is my test on the peas in
So
the microphone.
You're saying at one point in time the mason jars had pickled balls inside them? You
It
got
could be.
'em?
They have pickled pig's feet, pickled eggs, and we can pickle anything.
Wonder what the first thing was pickled. I mean, it had to have been the person who figured out, vinegar.
Probably my brain when I started drinking got pickled.
You pickled your brain?
I can no longer be kill my cucumber.
Are you going to put your brain in a mason jar?
It did for 13 years.
And put your brain in a mason jar?
Yeah, mason jar filled with whiskey and vodka and Jaeger.
Yeah, I heard that guy we play the peanut butter.
Oh, shout outs.
Yeah, I'm just going to say peanut butter. I'm not going to say the other
Peanut
acronym.
butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time.
But we play this game.
I found a backpack over here.
Yeah.
Level 2.
And the guy was going off about his 30-day thing, and I've never really had a thing like that.
You've never had an addiction?
Yeah, like, I mean...
What about masturbation? Everybody's had that at
That's
13.
like... I don't see any negative effects of that.
There's a negative effects, but you can be addicted to something that's not necessarily negative.
Well, that's what I'm addicted to breathing air and eating food. I mean, I'm addicted to fucking soda pop. But, I mean, I'm not going to, that addiction wouldn't make me do some shit I wouldn't normally do. If that makes any sense?
Like booze in general.
It wouldn't affect my life negatively other than me having soft hands and, being obese,
Well, if you couldn't, I'd be upset if you couldn't get out of the house. And I'd say, hey, let's go throw some discs. And you're like,
Yeah, I can't. I ate too many Twinkies last week.
Yeah, I get that. But
so that would be the abuse
I mean,
of
I've
it.
just never had something like that affect my life in the manner. I mean, I know people that they should not touch alcohol.
That's me.
Yeah, well, I mean, kudos to you for not touching alcohol. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
There's people that I don't know. It's just crazy how especially with me, I've dealt with a lot of artists, a lot of people that are into making the art, and it's almost like they want to go crazy for the art, and they use the alcohol as a crutch. But then again, the alcohol is like negatively affects their art. You know, it just makes it so they can't be productive people. You know, and they can't have relationships. You know, that's a big one with the alcohol is the relationships. I mean, when did you realize, besides you like getting arrested and having to get off the alcohol, you know, I mean, was that it? Was that your final straw with all that?
No, that didn't matter. That was easy because it was actually keeping me sober. Being in jail, being locked up, I was sober. Being in rehabs, they forced me into, I was sober. When I was out in the world and you are laying in your apartment floor drunk, can barely get up, and all you want to do is drink more, and you really want to quit and just want things to end. It got pretty deep.
You just want things to end, like you want to die
At
like
the time,
suicidal?
not now. Scared of suicide, but wanting it to end. I can back my head up, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, you can kind of find a happy spot with the
I'm
headphones.
trying to, where it doesn't sound...
Are you figuring out the echo?
Yeah,
thing
I get
with
a
your
pen,
voice?
like Mel Gibson. Can I get a pen?
Do you want a pen? You
No,
can have a pen.
I don't wanna be
Here's a
that
pen.
guy.
Here,
I don't want to...
You can even fidget with it if you want.
Let's
I mean,
click it.
Yeah, there you go. Did
Okay.
Mel Gibson want a pen when he was talking about his dad?
No, I don't know why he just had a pen. He picked up a pen and started clicking it. It was just a click, 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 click.
It's because he really wanted to hit that reefer.
Could be.
He wanted to hit the reefer.
Oh, God, yeah, that's it.
That's it. I'm gonna smoke some more pot.
But yeah, doing the alcohol, I got an echo still. Maybe it's because of the way I'm facing.
You're just hearing your voice.
Okay.
Hearing your voice.
I just don't want it being annoying
You're
if
hearing
somebody's
the
listening to it.
recorded version that's going through the computer and then the live version. That's why you wear the headphones. It kind of makes it better.
I'm sure it'll sound better.
Yeah.
We can improve this as we go. This is
the other mic I use. I run it through a tube bag.
Well, here, I'll tell this. Let me tell this little story. So I've been wanting to do a podcast because I'm a Roganite listener, a church member listener.
I can't even believe you brought that up.
What?
That's just taboo.
What's taboo?
We can't do a podcast.
Well, then edit that
a
out.
podcast.
Can you edit that?
We're not editing.
Well, then.
All
All right, forget I said that. Backtrack the other.
It's all right. Just don't let it happen again.
Okay. So I've been wanting to start a podcast because I'm a podcast listener myself.
There you go.
There's quite a bit of people I listen to. Do say I'm mostly comedians. The idea came from watching quite a few of them, and I thought, how can I get me out there? I'm a father of 6, husband of 1.
That's a lot of sperm.
And I don't get out much being a father and full-time working and hanging out with Beav Dog here.
So you're gonna get in instead of get out. You're getting in.
I'm getting in deep. I'm going deep.
Going deep. You're trying to travel with the
Going
voice.
deep.
Maybe someone will listen to this. Somewhere.
Maybe somebody will listen to this
Somewhere.
and know
said
who I
something.
am. And I have a story to tell.
Well, I'm sorry. You had a horrible intro, and I have to interject.
No, I'm not.
I mean, it wasn't horrible.
I don't want to tell
can't
the whole
say horrible.
story, though.
It was long.
I don't want to tell the whole
It
story.
was drawn out. Well, don't
We
tell
have-
the whole story.
There could be multiple podcasts, so people would come back and go, "Hey, I want to finish this story." Don't give it all to them at one time.
Tarantino it.
You can't give it to them.
Tell us the ending first.
No.
Why not?
What's in the briefcase?
What's in the box?
We got church tomorrow. Billy. What is it? Is it like that?
No, it's not. It goes,
Billy! That's the way it is. Billy, we got church! That's what you say.
No, you could be the mom.
Billy?
No, yeah, Billy.
Billy!
I woke my mom up.
Okay.
This is Billy.
Oh my God, you're an animal, Billy!
See, I'm picturing
you
2
gotta
kids.
get the Billy! Oh, Billy!
I'm picturing 2 kids in the basement playing, and one of them telling them, "My grandma's sleeping, bro.
Billy,
Shut up."
Get out of me.
And then we got to interject with the woman, and then we're gonna have an old wife, a husband.
No, because you're saying the same thing. Because I mean, Billy. Because they're both named Billy.
Oh,
Both
two-
the guys
two
are named
Billies.
Billy. It's like a Who's on First. They're both Billy.
See, I've had friends.
Get out of me,
with the same
Billy.
name. That's
Billy,
weird.
my mom's home. You're an animal.
You're an animal.
Get out of me.
Oh, that's terrible.
Get out of me.
That's another
Dude,
thing
seriously,
we can
a
do.
year we did that. Me and
You
my
can
friends.
do all the different voices that you do. You never know. This man has got more voices that I've ever heard. I'm just a guy that just likes to do it just because I feel funny when I talk. I actually feel normal when I talk in a different voice.
So you've listened to your voice before.
Just my voice. This, like, making fun of myself. This sounds great. Like, I don't If
You
I
sound
talk,
like
if I talk
like a
just
hobbit,
weird,
like a librarian hobbit.
like this thing, this voice here.
You change it up a little bit. That's like the librarian hobbit's girlfriend.
I've got to find the characters. You got to give me storyline behind the character. I have nothing.
What is up with the story?
There is no.
You attention deficit disorder.
Oh,
motherfucker.
that's another thing. That's probably why people are like, man, I can't keep track of this motherfucker.
It'll be interesting if anything.
Hopefully. You know what? I thought that I would be nervous, but I'm not nervous at all because I'm actually comfortable in the surroundings here.
In my basement next to my furnace.
They don't know. We could.
I have vinyl.
All right,
Like,
look. Let me tell you
Studios
something.
have vinyl records.
Let me
Like,
tell you something.
Look at this. I have this record. Who has this record in their studio?
Oh,
It's
country.
the country music by Lester Flatt,
I think I just gagged on some
Earl
pit-
Shrugs,
pit-
and the Foggy Mountain Boys.
Oh my God, I want to puke.
The Foggy Mountain Boys.
That's-
Look at those fucking hats.
God, I hate country music.
See, that's where it'd be cool if we could see it, but the hats are great.
I hate country music.
Do you?
I do. I listen to.
Here we go. Return to Forever, featuring
Are
Chick
these
Corea.
scratch albums that
No
you
mystery.
just bought for scratching only? For one thing
Not,
you
not
tried.
for scratching.
You picked one thing off that.
I enjoy music.
You picked one thing off that to put in a song.
Possibly two things. That album is missing, so it means that album was hot for some reason. It ended up back in the sleeve.
I had a Sesame Street album, my first album when I was a little kid.
Oh, I have multiple Sesame Street albums.
They put it up in the attic in a box, and it melted. And when I got it back down from the attic, it would play. And it would play really fast, and then really slow, and then really fast, and then really slow, and then really and I had to get rid of it.
Yeah, playing records. I guess people are into that still. That's supposedly an homage to a generation of analog, if you will. It's like, why, that's the closest thing to when I master an album, the reproduction, because of the audio frequencies that are produced on the. Yeah.
Because it'll never change, because that plastic will never warp.
What you have to understand about digital. Digital is a copy of something. All right. When you're playing a record, there is a needle that is vibrating, and it's actually creating that noise live in the room. So the noise is almost like it's being performed by a needle, like a live performance, if you will. Anything else
Or a conductor's wand.
that you would listen
The
to
needle. Getting deep.
is it's a recording of that. You know what I mean? A copy's never going to be as good as an original one.
Oh, I thought you were playing a drop. I thought you clicked a button. And I was like, man, dude, he's gonna play some background music and everything. Did you do
I
that?
could, but I'm not going to.
No, because then you get kicked off.
No, we keep it organic. Why would I get kicked off?
Because of legality for people's owning stuff, music.
I could play my own music.
Yeah, that's good.
I
but
do. I
meant
own.
just
I
like
own-
an album
I
up there,
own my own music.
like Roy Orbison, because you were gonna play that country music. Roy
Yeah,
Orbison
but-
might come back from the dead and sue you.
My turntables right now are broken. They're kind of fucked up. I need to spend money. Both of my motors. It sucks. I mean, I got them at the same time. I got them used when I got them, but the motors kind of died at the same time. They squeaky and they don't sync anymore. So
Yeah, I bought a boat that sunk.
Is it treasure now?
No, but that boat that I got was terrible.
Could it be discovered? Did you actually buy that boat?
I bought it, but the first boat that I had bought, it kind of went to shit. But
Isn't that like
I
what
forgot we did this stuff.
what happens?
This makes it.
What happens with boats?
You talk for a second. Let me reload this. We need a subject because we're going all over, and we need guidance.
Well,
I
you
didn't
were-
write
you
all
were
this.
You were trying to tell this story.
I know. Okay, so let's talk about the story.
I thought you wanted me to talk.
I do, but I'm trying to get this going and give you a subject, but I don't have to hold your hand. Go ahead.
Let's talk about cheese.
What kind of cheese doesn't belong to you?
No, you know,
Nacho cheese.
in America,
Look at that. It's
this is
still
weird about America. Yeah, it's burning a little bit. It's like American cheese, right? Is like this shitty fake fucking cheese, right? The American cheese.
It's pretty good cheese, though.
I mean, some people like it. You know, like some people like Cheese Whiz.
If the government did anything good, it was making cheese.
But the Cheese Whiz, if the shit comes out of a can, you know, you probably shouldn't be eating this. But this like leads into my whole thing that I was gonna say. I went over. I got on an airplane and I went to fucking Europe. And I mean, this was some time ago, 8 years ago. Facebook reminds you of the times in your life. But you go to Europe and you go to a fucking grocery store, and I swear 3/4 of the store is fucking cheese. Like
yeah, there's a lot of cheese.
They are into fucking cheese.
Well, the dairy industry's pretty big.
Well, you don't like buy like sliced canned fucking cheese and shit like that. You buy fucking big ass wheels of fucking cheese. It's fucking crazy. And yeah, cheese is fucking awesome. But that just leads into the whole thing of like how European people and people that aren't American, I know, I love America.
Not
Goddamn
un-Americans,
right.
just people
Praise
that are
America.
not American.
But that's how we're supposed to feel. But people in other countries are like, you go into a store and there's not all the bullshit. You know what I mean? When we walk in a store, we see fucking logos everywhere. You see fucking Cheerios and Rice Krispies and fucking Nabisco and
Pepsi,
Nappi, fucking
Coca-Cola,
Kraft.
Mountain
Yeah,
Dew.
you see all the big fucking businesses because America is about the business. You know, I mean, you go into a grocery store somewhere in Europe and you buy a bag of cheese, for instance, and it just says cheese on it. You know, it's cheddar cheese. If you buy some bread, it doesn't have fucking logos and shit on it. It says like white bread on the fucking label and a white label with the ingredients. It's not the branding. You know what I mean? The brandification of it. And
So wait, we're talking about the branding of things, right?
I'm talking about fucking
It's like,
cheese.
I buy these
I'm
shoes.
talking about cheese.
You're talking. How is
Talking about
cheese and
cheese.
branding? We're talking about bread here.
That's the
But
no.
branding would be like, I gotta buy these shoes because they say Nike. I can't buy these other shoes because they look exactly the same, only they don't have the swoosh.
Yeah, but that's a little different. Yeah, I mean that's like style. You know, in Europe,
Oh, so
people
style
they have
and-
labels that are style with images. But when
So
it comes to food,
nutrition.
they don't fuck around. You know what I mean? Business stays the fuck out of food.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
understand.
It's not, here's your packaged bullshit.
So
Shove
over
this
there
down your
they
fucking
have-
throat. And it's being like given to you and fed to you by people whose only obligation is to make more and more money every year.
So over there they have bread, and it's labeled just bread, white bread, wheat bread. Over
I
here,
mean, it's not even
you
like
see
that. Like it's
hillbilly bread. You see Meyer bread. You see
Wonder Bread, baby.
Wonder bread. You see bread with oats and special flavorings and extra sugars and spices, and they're made by Nabisco.
Yeah.
And you buy it because it's made by Nabisco, and they have a big colorful sign and everything. But then, meanwhile, the bag cereal is at the bottom, and it's the same shit that's in the box.
Well, do you remember back in the day when they had the generic aisle?
Yes.
Like you'd go strolling through the fucking the grocery store, you'd see first you'd hit your produce, and then maybe there was the beer and the wine, and then you get to that next aisle and it was a white fucking aisle. Every fucking thing was white on that aisle.
it was plain.
It was just straight white. All the boxes, all the fucking cans, bags
People
of
used
chips,
to call it the
whatever the fuck it was.
aisle.
Yeah, and it was just that was the shit. It was bottom line. Look, here it is. Here's some fucking. They were toaster pastries, and that's all it said. Toaster pastries on the fucking box. You
And
know.
Yeah.
This is before you
Strawberry
even had
or
to
grape.
say what you put in shit. The nutritional value, whatever. And it's crazy because I believe that shit's the same shit they're feeding us now. You know what I mean? But because of how we are, we had to evolve past all that shit and get sucked into the marketing, man. It's the marketing. It's
Have you
horrible.
looked at bottled water? Since the Flint water crisis, I looked at bottled water. Where am I getting my bottled water from? Where are they bottling it from? Where is it fed from?
Where are the bottles
Yeah.
coming from?
Where is the
That's
plastic?
the important one. Yeah, where's the plastic
Where's the
that they're
plastic
putting
coming
that
from?
shit in coming from? Yeah, nobody ever
You're
talks about
drinking
that.
out of that plastic.
I mean,
The
water
plastic
is
comes-
water, but yeah,
Plastic comes from the factory, right? How do they make that plastic? What kind of
chemicals.
do they put in it to
Yeah.
melt that plastic down?
Yeah, and plastic's like plastic.
In plastic, if a water bottle is sitting out in the sun, it'll absorb that into it.
Yes.
Yes.
And any kind of bacteria that was maybe hidden between the layers of those things.
Anything cooked into that
Yeah.
that maybe survived. Sort of like, listen, the ice glaciers, they, air quotes, are melting. That's what they say. I don't want to get in an argument about
Are
it.
they melting or are our poles shifting?
Poles are shifting, melting. Okay, so if something's buried in that ice that's been in there for 10 billion years, and it gets
What
out,
do you mean? Are you talking
like a bacteria?
Oh, I thought you were talking like Godzilla.
Small, no, small,
You know?
small, mini.
Dynamo.
Bacterial gets in that, and it drips out into the ocean.
Yeah, I heard about the Black Plague.
And
yeah.
then all of a sudden,
Sucked up
bam!
into
Why
our
am I so
atmosphere?
sick? And we live in Michigan.
Yeah, but we're surrounded though. You know what I mean? Like we're
But that
surrounded by
water's
those
going to
lakes.
make it here, and we're going to drink it.
Yeah,
That
but
bacteria
it'll
will
be
make it
shut
here.
down by the Great Lakes. I mean, maybe we're in the safest place.
Praise Michigan for being the Great Lakes. It's a wonderful
You know,
state.
as long as we
It's
can
like
defend
Florida, but
that
upside
southern,
down.
if we can defend that southern border, they can't get in. You know, we have a strong navy. I'm sure of it.
That's a microscopic thing.
Yeah, my brother predicted the Great Water Wars.
The Great Water Wars. Oh,
Yeah.
because they're putting chemicals in it.
No, it's just the fact that it's you know the biggest freshwater source.
When I look at you, I keep staring at your eyes, and then I get off track. I'm like, what am I thinking about?
Yeah, I know. You know.
I look it over here. So I'm not being rude if I'm not staring at you. It just helps me concentrate. Don't look at me.
I look at your eyes.
Yeah, that's different.
They're mesmerizing.
I wonder if radio people look at each other and they go, just kind of stare at each other, and they're like, oh, man, I'm way off here. But
I don't think so. Usually you find something else to stare at, you know? People act a lot different like when you see people on the radio if you actually go to a radio studio.
I've
because
seen like radio shows that I've listened to that are live, and I've seen like pod shows of the radio show that they're professional radio people.
yeah,
And
but
I've
they
seen
get
them.
into the groove.
Yeah, because they deal with
They
each
do it
other
all the
every
time,
day,
yeah.
and they. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
a
hard
groove.
because you're looking at somebody and you might say, well, I just can't ask them how their day was and a bunch of information if we're on a podcast.
Why the fuck not? Why can't you do that?
Because you don't want people to know. I mean, I got 6 kids, bro.
Well, you don't have to be specific.
No, I don't want to be specific. That used to be a hard word. I used to stutter.
Specific,
When I have
specifically.
ADHD really, really
You
bad.
totally are an ADHD motherfucker.
And I never was given medication as a child. My mom did not believe in it. Which
That was
praise my
probably
mother.
good. That was probably good.
Praise my mother, I wouldn't be who I was today. And I wouldn't be able to raise 6 kids if I didn't learn.
Well, dude,
Things.
I mean, to accurately take care of 6 kids, you got to be ADHD.
Yeah,
Because you
have
can't
to
be
all
focusing
over.
on some shit.
That's the only way I
You
can
got to
stay
be all
sane.
over the fucking place.
I
That's
have
a
to
lot of
be-
shit to deal with.
People think I'm crazy.
Well, who
Or
the
weird.
fuck's saying that? What's crazy?
No, I mean crazy to have 6 kids.
What's crazy even mean? I see
What
you're
is
saying.
loony?
What's loony?
They can the only thing they can do
I
with loony
have-
is put it in a bin.
I have an uncle that's a paranoid schizophrenic, and he's the most uncrazy person I know.
Yeah. I mean, some of those people are
You
pretty
know,
logical.
It's all perspective. Crazy is perspective.
Have you
you know
ever
what I
been
mean?
in a loony bin?
No. I've went in a laundry
You're-
bin a couple
A
times.
laundry bin? Yeah, they
Yeah.
can put laundry in a bin and loonies. I've met people from a loony bin, and they are.
We gotta get your cousin on here because he has some stories about some
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling me some stories, and they would be
Yeah.
great for this, especially an anonymous cast, because that's kind of what this is right now. It's kind of like anonymous.
This is anonymous.
Yeah, we need to do an anonymous cast, and then
Can we
people
tag
think.
stuff in this so people can see it later and listen to it?
What do you mean tag stuff?
Like if we put a tag in the advertising on it, like hashtag.
I don't know about advertising.
Not advertising, but like putting on. You have to cast this on a site or a group or whatever.
Not necessarily.
You're casting live right now.
I'm not casting. We're just recording.
Oh, you just tricked me.
I
Yeah.
said we're live. We're recording.
I'm thinking people are listening right now.
Dude, people are always listening.
I know. It's
Don't you-
really
did the NSA shit with that dude. I wanted to say Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. He'd be a pretty good role. I think they
Dude,
should recast
he
that.
could play Edward Snowden so good. Edward Norton.
Edward
so,
Norton is Edward Snowden.
Yes. But,
Snowden.
he's chilling in Russia. No, they're listening. But it's like, who gives a fuck what we're saying?
So
you know
have
what I mean?
I have a life hack for you. They sell leather or rubber gloves, come in a bag, and they sell them at your, I don't want to say a name brand, a home improvement warehouse store. You can get them, and they come with this metal like looking bag, like sanitary bag. It's metal, like looking like tinfoil kind of.
Yeah, but it's
plastic.
Mylar. I bet.
Mylar, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
the shiny shit.
Yeah. So if you get that bag, I was drywalling something, and I put my cell phone in that bag, and I wondered why nobody called, and my phone never went off for 2.5 hours straight. I was working, and I go, man, my phone usually goes off. It never did. I pulled it out of the bag, and it blew up. I mean, it was like bam, bam, text, and it was all from 2 hours. Yeah, I put that in that fucking bag, and it never got a signal. So if
Yeah.
they can't listen to what they can't signal, you know what I mean? Whatever. I mean, they're not recording you.
They could be recording you.
Is Eddie Bravo here?
See, because your phone could constantly be recording you. Inside that bag, it might not be able to get that telephone signal, but it could still probably hear what's going on in your pocket and then transmit to its big brother later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you got to pretty much. They say even shutting it off don't work.
Well, I mean, it
You
used to be
notice
able.
the batteries, you can't get them out of the phones
Dude,
no
that
more?
used to be the one. I mean, I remember reading an article in High Times where they're like, if you're going to talk about drug shit on your phone, pull out your fucking battery. You know, and then you get an iPhone, you're like,
watch what you're saying.
I got to have this phone. I can't take out the fucking battery. Apple wouldn't fuck me. Would Apple fuck me? I've trusted Apple so long. They were there in the beginning in school. It was all Macs.
You never know.
Wow. I don't know. Yeah.
I guess it's like if you're going to record something, put it out there, it's out there forever.
Well,
Nowadays.
it is out there forever. But, I mean, think about that. If the NSA is actually listening to everyone's cell phones simultaneously.
Good God, that'd be a hard job.
Can you imagine if there were people that, like, they sold that shit? Like some super elite rich people, like the Truman fucking Show, where they had people that were going on and listening to their conversations and their lives like a real reality
So they
TV
could
show.
react to the next behavior that he had.
Well, no, it's like they're using us like puppets, like for their entertainment. The people that have access to that information. I mean, can you imagine if you were a super elite rich motherfucker,
What do you
right?
do
And you
all
had
day?
a whole family.
What do you do all day with all that money? Super elite. What do you do all day?
Well, you know what I mean.
You rub elbows with
The
somebody and
ultra
then say,
rich
hey,
people
let's,
that fucking own everything.
let's
you know?
throw some drugs down here and pay these cops to go bust these people to get it and watch it?
I'm talking about the difference between people who borrow money from the bank and people who are the bank, the people that loan the bank money. You know what I mean? Those kind of
Did you
people.
hear about how that one family started, one of the elite families?
Like who? Who are we talking?
Oh, shit. What was it? They said that. All right. I don't know if this is conspiracy theory, but.
Go there.
Okay.
Let's do it.
What's the Rothschild?
Rothschild.
Rothschild. We are the Rothschilds.
Yes, those fuckers.
Sorry, I
they
spiked
own
the
a
mic.
lot of things.
The mic was a little too loud when I yelled, and I'm going to apologize for that. Jimmy Stewart. What's Jimmy Stewart? I'm going to get back to that subject. I just
Was
want
it
to.
James?
James Stewart.
You can only
No,
say
that's
Jimmy if
that's
you were
James Woods. We got to give James Woods a shout out. Hey, James Woods. How's it going? See you on peanut butter and jelly later. That's all right.
Peanut butter and jelly,
Peanut
baby.
butter jelly time. So the Rothschilds. See, I got ADHD, but I can get back to it.
You should get back to it.
Yeah.
Rubber banded.
I've all these years, I've learned how to control it a little bit.
So that's the SRIs.
It's the
They
weed.
slow it down.
It's the weed that slows it down.
Is it the weed?
It is. Ever since I started.
I know a lot
smoking
of people that they do edibles instead of the
it.
SRIs.
Oh, God, if I had edible, you got any edibles right now?
No, I mean we could make edibles.
Let's do
I have the
that.
things to make edibles.
Oh, great. Let's make some.
Like, look at this. I have this. Look, this.
Oh, wow. Oh, man, that's a lot of tomato seeds that we could. Tomato bushes.
And the thing about this is it's not normal shake. Because
No,
this
that's-
was a plant that I harvested seeds
That looks
from.
like, yeah.
So it's
Can
there's
I-
actually some seeds in here.
Hmm.
What am I doing?
Speaking of that.
What am I doing?
So, you got any music you can play? Give me a drop of something that you've got that you would like to get out there.
I would like to get out
This
there.
bitch is gonna get hot. Look, I know we're not gonna do the shout out to the actual.
You invited me
people.
to the Church of What's Happening.
I'm not. I invited you, yes, but don't. That's the group that I'm telling you about, man. These bros are nice, man.
They'll
I'm
listen to
telling
you.
you, they got your back, man.
Is that all they do? Is they listen to people?
I don't know. I've been fucking around with it just because the Joey Diaz. He's like Uncle Joey. He's like my uncle. I'm not going to say his name because he's a politician, but he's like my uncle, all right? And he says just vulgar shit. And it's like, fucking hey, Joey. That's, man, you just want to say, you know. I mean, like, I yell the shit around the house. And, you know, I try not to swear too much in front of the little kids, but.
I wish I could do that. Me and my lady are like sailors, but you know, I don't really
To
care.
each their own, man.
No, I don't care if my kids swear.
I
You
don't.
know,
I don't
mean,
care if they
They
just
swear
don't.
at a certain time, but I mean,
Yeah,
how can
it's
I?
like-
I love words. Words are great. How can you say bad words? You know, I hate to be Carlin, but you can't fucking do
Yeah.
that, really. You know,
can't really.
if
It's
you want to
just-
express yourself, you can't hold back. You can't be limited to a specific, you know, sounds arranged in a certain order. That's bad. You know,
That's terrible.
fucking stupid. It's 2018.
Yeah, Rothschild.
Be who you're gonna be, buddy.
Rothschilds.
If you're not, nobody can be oppressed. If people think they
that.
associate with being a door, That person's a fucking door, dude. It's
I
2018.
think he wants to go here. 2018.
It's 2018.
He's motherfucker, you can't say the R word. You can't say the N word when my wife's around.
It's gonna be all words. Oh, you mean the N word or the
The N-
NBSC word?
the
You can't see
N-
the C word.
No.
You definitely can't see the C word.
Not unless you're in bed. Then you can use
It's
that
not
word.
even appropriate then.
It is in bed.
No, I don't think so.
Both C words.
I don't think it's appropriate.
It is appropriate.
Both C words. The other one's not even
dir-
bad. It's like a chicken.
I
You know? Yeah. It's
like
not
how we're
bad.
dancing around and not saying
That's
an
not
actual
bad.
word. That's hilarious.
I'll say cock and cunt.
no, you're not
I
supposed
don't
to do
care,
it.
dude. I'll
'cause
say
they're-
piss, shit, come,
They're
cock,
gonna
suck a
go-
motherfucker and tits. I'll say all of them.
you don't want people.
I loved Carlin.
He just.
I was about. I do that. That was one of the
You want to do that again? Because I know that's really hard to do.
piss, shit, come, suck, motherfucker. Oh, piss,
Oh.
shit, come, cock, suck, motherfucker, tits.
Yeah. That's a tongue twister, man.
I used to do that. I wrote raps that were tongue twisters. They were hard to say. You had to practice them multiple times.
Multiple.
You had to practice them multiple times with multiple rhymes.
Man, I gotta. Who's gonna? You gotta
Do you think,
H2O,
going
drinkable
back to the
H2O?
cheese?
Cheese. We were talking about the Rothschilds here.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Do you think that podcasts might be like the poor man's version of that shit? Like the NSA shit where you listen to everyone's lives, like the ultimate vicarious experience?
Good God, man! They'd
Soak
have
it
to
down
have
in a
computer
conversation.
programs to go after every podcast to listen to every word, so that we should probably just throw random stupid ass words in here, so that it throws those computer programs off like giggly poppily pip.
No, man. I think the only algorithm that gets you to the top of all that's money and association. And
I'm just saying, if somebody's
all out of both
talking
of
about
those.
it and they want to know what, look, you can't keep everything from everybody, but you also can't check everybody that everybody's saying if they're recording it, unless they have a computer program. But there's nobody going to sit around and listen to hours and hours and hours of podcasts to find out if somebody's talking about something.
it's got to be something interesting.
And it's got to pop off by the public.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be like you got to have the cash flow to push it,
Somebody's going to say, why
or
the
you have to have the association. You know, so it's just like the fucking Pop-Tarts. You know what I'm saying?
back
You have
to
to
the
have
Pop-Tarts?
you have to have your commercial presence. You know, you got to sell it. It's got to be marketable. And
I can't believe you don't use a grinder.
why would I use a grinder?
Let's talk
You know,
about-
I have
All
a
right, let me-
grinder, a sweet leaf grinder. I had one. I lost it. I had it forever. I got it in Vancouver, British Columbia in like 2000, not even 2000. In 1999, I got this motherfucker. And it was an original sweet leaf grinder, and I lost it. I haven't had a grinder since. I think the metal ones are stupid. But this one was cool. It was a wood one, and it wasn't like the metal ones. The wood one didn't smell like weed, so you could go through the border, and you could basically scrape
Allegedly.
the sides and put a little bit of tobacco in there and just grind up your tobacco. And, if you get questioned at the border, you say, I smoke pipe tobacco, and this ground up my tobacco.
I dry out lettuce and I smoke that. You can actually roll a joint in an onion skin.
I would not do that.
I just letting you know that.
I wouldn't
If you
do
get
the
desperate.
the rose either. The rose seems
the rose petals.
the rose seems ridiculous to me. It really does. Really does. So what's up with your story? I kind of dominated with cheese. You were talking about these people.
The Rothschild.
Yeah, the Rothschilds. And
How they got started.
what about Ted Turner? There's one that people don't throw
Tina
around. a
Turner's
lot.
brother.
He's like TNT.
Is he rolling on the river?
T-Mobile. This fucker owns, I don't know, is it Wyoming or Texas? But he owns,
If you own Texas, that's a
He
whole lot of
owns-
space.
I think it might be Wyoming, but he owns an incredible, like if Wyoming became a country, he would be his own sub-country. You know what I mean? And it would be bigger than some countries in Europe. He owns that much fucking land. That shit's ridiculous. Actually, I think, owning land in general, it's my land! It's kind of ridiculous. But,
Well-
I mean, I live in the
You own land.
reality. I own the land we're on right now.
I know.
currently.
That's what I'm saying.
This is
It's
my land.
ridiculous.
This
Well,
is
then
my land, America.
I'm gonna go.
My land.
I'm gonna go piss in the corner right
You
there.
gotta
'cause
go over there, boy. This
You don't
is my
believe in
land.
borders. You don't believe in borders, so I'm gonna go piss in the corner over here.
Don't piss in the corner.
But if you don't believe in borders, I can do whatever I want.
Borders?
You don't own this.
No.
That's a
I mean,
border.
technically I do own it, But I'm saying that,
I know. I'm saying
that people shouldn't be able to do
let's
that.
say you had all your house payment off and everything was owned flat out clear. Cost you're gonna fucking pay taxes anyways. But say you're all paid up on your taxes and you own this free and clear. This is your property.
Mine America.
It is yours.
It's
right?
mine. America.
But you say I don't like owning people saying owning property. I'm gonna
No,
go
I
piss
just
in your
don't.
corner.
I don't think that property should be owned. You know what I mean? If you go back to the native people, and they weren't even nice about it. That's my dad's got this crazy theory about the Native Americans and the fact that us white people came in and shoved them to the reservations. You want to hear it? It's pretty buck wild.
Let's hear it.
So, my dad believed that wasn't that big a deal, that like Trail of Tears, and this is why. The native people.
What's with the?
I'm trying to get my. I can do that. I can make fucking noises all day.
I know, but I'm saying.
I'll get into a beatbox. I don't give a fuck. All right, I got mic skills. I'm telling you right now, I got mic skills.
All right.
But in Native American cultures, they had the tribe shit, right?
Okay.
Everybody's got their tribe. Your tribe's your tribe. You know, you trade wives, people, stock, skins, heads. What you roam around. You're nomadic. And in their world, if a tribe wanted to have your land, and they were stronger than you, they'd come and they'd massacre your fucking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd fuck you up and they'd take your shit.
That's mine now.
And I mean, that's just the way it was, because that's the way it was. You know what I mean? And they were doing the shit. I mean, you weren't gonna say shit like, "Oh, the Cheyenne are pissed because the other tribe." I don't know very many Native American tribes. You know what I mean? But they massacred the shit out of each other. You know, I mean, granted, that happened. You know, America. You know what I mean?
America.
But I thought that was a crazy concept. The fact that, you know, to them, we weren't as horrible as we find ourselves now looking back upon it, because that's the way it was. If a stronger fucking tribe came through and knocked your ass out, you know, you had to fucking bow down to them because they were your superior. You know what I mean? Like King of the Jungle type shit. So
The Vikings did that too.
it's the same fucking thing, man. That whoever was the most powerful, you know, was the one that took over shit, you know? But that's not the way it is anymore, you know? It's not about brawn. It's about intelligence. It's crazy
It's
how
also
it
about
flip-flopped.
mass.
No, I mean,
Massive
you
people.
think that when you go to high school that being the jock is the cool fucking thing, but you should be the nerd. You know what I mean? It's set for the nerd. You know, the alpha, there's no room for the alpha male.
I didn't fit in with anybody.
Oh, I wanted to be cool, but I
They
thought
put
I was
me in
cool because I was a
special
nerd.
ed.
You went in special ed?
Yeah, I rode the short bus.
Oh my god. Oh man, we can't even get into that.
Okay.
We're gonna drop some more branding when we do that. That's gonna be another shout out to another franchise owned by probably somebody we've already talked about.
Well, no, because well, technically, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I was in special ed, and I didn't really fit in because I think people looked at me a little different. Because I just had ADHD so bad I couldn't pay attention.
Did people call you retarded?
Not really retarded.
You were never called a retard?
I mean, somebody probably did, but I didn't really acknowledge it. I knew that they said that I went to the slow class.
See, I think that's because you just couldn't be around the other kids.
That's why they could. I think it's
You were a
the teachers were
distraction
like,
to their
"I don't know what
learning
to do
process."
with this kid. I apologize to all my teachers when I was a kid.
Well, that sucks, man. There's not a lot of people that are wired for our system. You know what I mean? They try to, you know, if you can't be part of this reality, here's some fucking drugs. There's something wrong with you. You're crazy. You
And
know,
then you don't get
it's
the
fucking
drugs.
stupid.
See, I didn't. My mom did not put me and say, "All right, you want him to be a certain way. Well, you got to give him these drugs, and I'm not going to let you do that." So they didn't do that. So that's why I feel like I'm a little different.
So they separated you from the other kids.
Separated me from the kids. And why is he so different? Why does he want to be so free-willed?
Why? Why would you want to be free-willed? Why?
Because
why
they
would you
told
want to
me
be a
when I
free
was
spirit?
born I had free will to do anything I wanted.
You know, I'm still pissed off because they took my foreskin without asking. And, you know, I'm still upset at my
yeah.
dad for not sticking up for me. I mean, they cut off part of my dick. Where were you, Dad? You know, he let me down. You know, I mean, I love my dad, but, you know, I'm missing part of my dick because he didn't stand up for me.
I
stood
bad,
up for my
too.
son. I did. He's got his dick.
He's got all of it?
The whole fucking dick.
The whole anteater.
The whole fucking dick. Yes. Because why? I mean, why the fuck would you cut? I mean, they talk shit about doing it to girls. You know what I mean? It's so immoral, you know, doing the girl version of that. But then we cut off part of
Yeah.
the boys' dick.
It doesn't make sense.
But
They
you know,
say
it's 2018,
cleaner.
so it doesn't even matter what you are.
No.
You know, it's 2018.
If you think you're
Just
a moose,
be-
you
do
can be
you.
a moose, I
Do
guess.
just do you.
Just do what you do.
If you feel
Hey,
like
George, what are you doing today? I'm going to wear a fucking dress. That's what I'm going to do.
Sorry.
why not? You know, I mean, I know a guy in my high school back in the day, and he wore a dress to school, and they made him leave for wearing a dress to school.
See, that's what back in the day when you were alternative, they called it, as different. You didn't fit in with a jock. You didn't fit in with the cheerleaders or the band people.
But you knew where to score weed.
Yeah, and you were pretty good at scoring weed and taking your dad's stuff out of liquor cabinet, booze, whatever. But you weren't the geek or this jock. You were the alternative guy, kind of like the goth people are. They're alternative.
My
to
high
what
school had many
standards are.
cliques. There were sub cliques. You know what I mean? Like the skateboarder kids, the
Yeah.
goth kids, the punk kids, the straight edge kids, the D&D kids. You know, it was like a whole subsection. I mean, we like
I had
at my high
ADHD,
school
so I
we
hung out with everybody.
we outnumbered all the people. You know what I mean? But that was like my first 2 years in high school. I was caught up in all that bullshit. After that, I got into theater and I disappeared. I didn't eat lunch in the fucking cafeteria. I hung out in the theater.
I really wish I
constantly.
got into theater, but my problem was that I couldn't read at the age of until I was like 15 or 16.
You were telling me that, dude. That was
Yeah.
some deep shit about that.
I didn't learn how to read until I was like 15 or 16.
Wow.
And then I could barely read. I didn't really learn how to read until I went to jail, and then
They found out you couldn't read in jail?
no, I just because I read more and more as I would get stuck into places that were like, you know, I had books. And I was forced to read because it was utterly boring.
That was the only thing there was to do.
Yeah, so you had to learn how to read. And since I had got some basis of how to, I could sound shit out. So it was like basically like jogging. And then before you know it, you're running marathons.
Wow.
And then another thing is when the smartphones came out with that autocorrect shit. And you had to text people. That really helped me a lot. Like taking the phone.
I still get pissed off. I got to do the vocal one. I
Oh,
see. you
yeah,
doing
if
that
I
shit
get
too.
confused on a word, I'm like talking to it. Then it's hilarious because you're trying to tell it the damn word and it says something else on the screen.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then you gotta
motherfucker, I said-
Google that shit.
I
Otherwise,
said kazoo.
it's like an idiot. Yeah.
How the
Two
fuck do you
O's?
spell kazoo? I don't spell it every day.
There's 2 O's in Gazoo.
Gazoo?
That's
I
fucking,
gotta write it out.
I
Can't-
always
I hate it when my kids ask me, "How do you spell this?" And I'm like, "Shit, I gotta write it out."
I can't spell worth a fuck.
I can't
Like,
either.
I have a disability
No.
that's it's called dysgraphia.
Dysgraphia.
So it's it has to do with writing things down, right? Because the way my brain works, my
yeah, I gotta
brain's
write
kind
it
of
down,
write
too.
it all
I
weird.
do too.
No, but if I write it down, I fuck it up. It's like if I'm writing a sentence, because when I read, I don't read words. When I read complete sentences. When I read super really crazy fast. So when I'm writing, if I'm writing sentences, I'll put letters in the word that I'm currently writing. That's happening like 3 words.
Yeah,
from
you're
now.
ahead of the.
Yeah, I do
ahead
that
of the
kind of.
skip
I do
there.
that kind of shit. And when I got into doing math, it was even way crazier. But I was crazy with the reading. I always read, but I had a problem with writing. I can't spell. I'm
That
a
speak
horrible
to
speller.
text is the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wish it understood me better.
Those voice
I wish
activated.
I could go, bitch. I mean, I made Siri the British Siri.
Oh,
She
don't say the
sounds like
name.
Evan. Siri?
Don't say it.
Why not?
Because you get sponsored by each one. Got to think about that bottom dollar, baby.
Nobody's gonna sponsor this cast.
I doubt it. I don't
The
know. I just want to be very, very careful.
The anonymous cast.
Let me tell you something about things. I sit back and watch. But this is the way I was raised. I sat back and watched. And then when in a room, everything's all exciting to me. And I'm like, wow, there's millions of things I want to do, and I want to do everything at one time, right? So I'd sit back and watch. And instead of just jumping in and doing it, I would sit back, watch, and wait, and then analyze. Why are they doing it? Why are they doing what they do to do what they're doing? And that's kind of what I've been doing with podcasting. Is analyzing, listening to. I mean, I've listened to some shitty podcasts.
It's just listening to people talking, though.
Yeah, but what are the subjects? What are they talking about? How do they stay on track? What keeps you interested? What keeps other people interested? Why is a podcast popular? Because people are listening to it because of why.
I like talk radio.
But why initially are we doing this?
Just to talk. We like talking.
That is, but in a big, huge scheme of things, if something happened where people actually listen to this more than like 3 people, what would you have a message? Would you want to convey something? Or we have an initial goal, or we're just having fun?
It's like if we got up on a soapbox and yelled at some people. You know, there might be some people hear what we're saying.
I think
there might be people listening to what we're saying. There might be people passing by.
I think I'm overanalyzing it.
Yeah, you're getting into it way too crazy.
Well, see, I think I can predict the future.
You can predict the future?
Yeah.
What cryptos should I drop on?
I don't know.
I'm not setting too good right now with the cryptos. Jumped on at the wrong time.
No, don't you ever have deja vu? I had deja vu today, and I want to talk about this because this is crazy. This is a subject that I thought about putting on a podcast.
You don't have to eat the microphone. You can.
I know, but it sounds so much better like this. It does. If I talk like this, it sounds echoey. Maybe if I just pull on.
No, it's like when you're talking to a lady, and you're back here, and then you get in. You know what I mean? You get close.
I'm ready to stick my tongue in her mouth.
I'm right here. If you want to get intimate with it, it's fine.
Well, I put my beard, my goatee.
You let it tickle the mic.
Because I have a goatee.
You tickle the mic.
Yeah.
You got the full
I got a
beard.
reverse
That's
goatee.
not a 1997.
No, I do not have a full beard.
It's not a 1997.
My face is baby skin, baby.
It's not a Jules from Trailer Park Boys. That's a fucking goatee. All right, but continue.
Oh, I lost consciousness there on what we're talking about. Rewind.
What we were talking about?
What was the subject?
The subject?
The future thing.
Yeah, you can predict the future, but not the present.
I can't predict the marijuana affects 2 things: memory loss and I forgot the other one.
I used to have a cymbal. See, I need to have the
Where's
studio
the
hit
drum
up so I
beats?
can
Is your shit hooked up to this? Your intelligent box?
Everything is
your
hooked up to
intelligent
this.
box hooked up to that?
We're not ready for music production. I can play some music on my phone, but we're not doing it.
Oh, yeah, hook all
we're
that
not
shit.
doing it.
I
This
just wanted like a drop.
This
like
is organic. I mean, when you go put music
want
into
that
it,
keyboard
you might set a tone. It might go a certain way, but if you just let it roll, it just happens.
You mean if we were to play some funk right now or something, then they'd be like, "Oh shit, they play funk on that thing," and then next time we play that bullshit country stuff you had, and
bullshit
then they go,
country,
"Oh,
dude.
they got
Both kinds of
Jennings
music
on there,
country and western."
Wayne and Jennings, Waylon Jennings,
America,
Waylon Jennings,
America.
He was wailing. He was, I don't know. Hey, I sound like an old man over here.
I don't like pop country music, but I don't really care for pop music, period. Honestly. There's parts of country music that are awesome. That's like folk music. You know what I mean? Somebody with a guitar. I mean, I'll even go for like the washboard, the fiddle. I mean, what I don't like is that twangy pop country. But like, pop music in general.
We got rap country now.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, good music is good music.
Rap country to me would be the old,
way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a poochie coochie.
There's
we
a
laid
lot
rubber
of,
on the Georgia asphalt, got a little crazy, but we never got caught.
That's the same shit. It's iambic pentameter.
That's basically if you put that with a.
No, it's switching beats. It's going to 4/4. 4/4 is the one. 4/4 is the dance beat. That's like our heartbeats.
I wish I understood music. My boys back in the day, my buddies, we used to hang out, drink beer, and get all fucked up. And they would record music, like recording like this stuff, like this, like same thing.
This is all I used to do.
But I would get so fucking drunk that I couldn't fucking concentrate. And I wish I could go back and kick myself in the ass and learn how to play guitar perfect instead of just playing a little bit.
You can play some guitar. You want to play some guitar now?
No, I haven't played it in forever. It's probably all I can play is like 18 chords, and I don't know how to put it together.
I can't play anyone else's music. I can't, but I can play the guitar.
I could make some shit up right now, but
why the fuck not? If it sounds cool, it's cool.
I can twang on it if you want to. Can we pause this since nobody's listening right now, so I can take a leak? Are we gonna run?
Why
it?
do you gotta pee? No, dude. If we come back to it, it's not gonna work, man.
What?
It's just not gonna work. We don't have
I
commercials.
don't have to pee.
Why
I
don't we just
asked.
end it? We
I mean-
got 20 seconds, and it's a pretty long one.
20 seconds, my ass. We've been talking for a
hang
lot
on.
longer than that.
We got 20 seconds. Well, we'll just come back again. We'll come back again another
Ooh,
time.
another episode.
Sure.
Then we can record another one
This
because
is
I'm gonna hit up the wife and be like, hey, we's having fun, and I never get out of the house because you, Loretta, you never let me out of the house, and I'm terrible. I feel terrible all the time because of you. You are just so terrible to me. I'm just joking, honey. I love you. I do need to get out of the house some more.
This turned into a
This
morning
is the
zoo
great
show.
This is very fun to do this. I'm not going to say any voices.
I'm not gonna try to
who
do
this is because I do not want to spot it on
Who
this.
this is
I want
this?
you to tell me who this voice
Who
is.
this is this?
Who this is.
Who this is this?
Who this is.
He ain't coming around here no more. That's motherfucking Zen Dog. Cypress Hill, y'all.